Hello everybody, welcome back to the FM24 European Journeyman Save, and before we get going, I just want to say thank you all very much. We are less than 100 people from 10,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please leave a like if you're enjoying the series as well, and we have got some big old news to get through. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back. We've got a job interview. I've applied for the Copper job. We'll go Copper. In Slovenia, and they've offered me a job interview. They are very impressed with my fantastic performance at Nagykanizsa, which is why they've identified me as a top candidate, which I'm very happy with. However, despite offering me an interview, the board have serious reservations about your suitability to deliver the club's realistic vision for the future, mainly as a result of your complete lack of experience in winning league titles. The interview will give you the opportunity to discuss your suitability for the role and allow us to discuss our ambitions and plan with you in more detail. Now, their reservation is because I've not won a league title. If we go and have a quick look at Copper, and we'll go to history, competitions, they have won it twice. They won it last year. No, they won it in 2024. I don't know why I thought I was at the beginning of the game then, but they won it in 2024. So a bit of recent history, 4 years ago when this season finishes. So not too bad. Struggling a little bit this year, down in 8th position. Oh, I was going to click up there, but it's here. Down in 8th position. And in fact, that's going to be covered up, isn't it? Let's go there. They're in 8th position. 21 games played, 22 points. I mean, a win. This is one of the reasons I love Slovenia. A win could see them go 5th. So it's not dreadful. It's not absolutely dreadful. But, you know, a couple of losses could see them get relegated. I just think it's time for a change. Nagykanizsa's been good. We're actually doing pretty well this season. We'll go and look at them in a minute. I'm not sure. I think a change is right. I did say this will be the final season with Nagykanizsa. We'll be looking for a different job. I do love the Slovenian league as well. Ultimately, it would be to, you know, stay at Cooper until Maribor becomes available if we haven't won the league in Slovenia with Cooper. But we will have to wait and see, to be honest. They do have, as well, very interestingly, someone who is the joint second top goal scorer in the division, which is this guy, who obviously we can't see his attributes, but he's under 21, he's Slovenian, and he's got 7 goals this year in 18 games, and last year he got 9 in 30. The year before that for Rogasak in the Slovenian national, 13 in 29. So clearly has something about him, which could be quite interesting to take on as well. They've got this guy producing 4 assists for the season as well, 27-year-old from Slovenia. See what he can do. Signed on a free back in 2022 or 2021. So yeah, I just think it's, you know, a change might be good. Now, there's obviously some things to take into account. The Prva Liga from Slovenia is lower ranked than where we are at the moment in the OTP Bank Liga. That's something to consider. I don't think the difference is that much, and I think there's more chance of us doing better in the Prva Liga in Slovenia than there is in the OTP, just because of the absolute domination of FM24, as you see here. They are so far out in front this year in the OTP Bank Liga. It's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. We're not doing too bad. We are in a European spot. The Puskas Academy are right behind us, as are Fehervara and Ujapest. There's not too much between all of us, only 3 points. We are only 2 points off ZTE in 3rd, but we've got a game in hand, but it's not looking great in terms of finances for Nagykanizsa. 1.8 million in the red. The players dropped off at the end of last season. I'm hoping they don't do it again this season. But the players themselves are questioning whether the club is big enough for him. Will Dennis, who's been superb this year, 7.02, he's probably going to leave at the end of his contract. Galubakas, who's just immense, he's probably going to leave at the end of his contract. We've got Pecorino, who's been talking about potentially looking at his options. I've settled him down a little bit. He's got 1 year left on his contract here. It's sort of like, even if we get to Europe, are we going to be able to take the next step with Nagykanizsa? I don't know. So I think what we're going to do quickly as well, quick review of results. A good win against ZTE. We had the winter break where we played a couple of friendlies. A 0-0 draw with CSK Sofia actually wasn't too bad at all. Lost to the Puskas Academy, lost to Fehervar, beat Debrecen. So pretty mixed bag. So still can't beat the bigger teams. Ferencvaros are dominating the league, and it's going to be very difficult to topple them with how it stands. But overall, not too bad. But we are back to go through the job interview. So we will attend the interview. This is the first interview I've ever done, I think, on FM25, because we've done the Youth Academy save, and I did a one club save with Brighton before that as a beta save, and obviously we've got the Building a Nation save with Ballastier on Twitch as well. So no job interviews for me. The board are pleased that you've taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions we would like to ask to see if you're the manager who wants to take the club forward. It's great to be here. Let's get started. How would you overcome the relatively big obstacle of not speaking the language? I hope you can see past my current lack of language skills, since I could quite conceivably end up learning it at some point. I'm confident I can learn the language quickly. It's not hard. Football is something of a universal language, isn't it? I can get my message across. Don't worry about that. I'm fairly adept at learning new languages. This will simply be another string to my bow. I quite like that answer. I mean, the normal one you go for is football is a universal language, so we'll go with that. Can you ease our concerns that you have never previously managed in this country? I think my standing in the game should quell any concerns. I've always been keen to manage in this country, but until now I've never had the opportunity. I hope you'll give me a chance. I don't think it matters very much, to be honest. I've worked successfully elsewhere and would consider myself very capable of achieving your goals here too. We'll ask for a chance. Are you perhaps looking to move on from your current job while things are going well and your stock is high? Yes, 100%. I've done a good job there and feel the next time is my career to take the next step. I've done a good job there, but I also taken them as far as they can go. I feel time is right for a new challenge. I don't pay any attention to that. I really don't think that matters. I would be able to bring all of that momentum with me into the job, ensure a great start to my career. Ooh. No, I'm going to say I think it's just right for a new challenge. That is why we're leaving. Why have you felt it acceptable to apply for a number of jobs while employed by another team throughout your career? There might have been times where I lacked professionalism, but I've learned from those mistakes. On each occasion, I wasn't enjoying myself, wanted a fresh start. It was my choice, and I stand by my decisions. I feel that's acceptable when you consider how long I've been in management. I would always put my best into it. It was my choice. I stand by my decisions. Is it fair to say you have done a great job? You haven't done a great job with the media. Results. That's what matters. I believe you're making this club out to be much bigger than it is. The media should be amongst the least of our very concerns. They really don't very much matter at all. I haven't received any complaints regarding my dealings with the media. I'm always willing to improve. I don't want to say that. I'm going to say they shouldn't matter. Would you be able to take charge straight away or at a later date? I'm ready as soon as you need me, I think. Would you be comfortable working with the director of football? I'm more than happy to work with the director of football. We understand the importance of having the right backroom team in place. I don't expect to make wholesale changes, only a small budget. I'm not going to make any changes to start with. This is our long-term vision, a blueprint we would expect you to implement should you get the job. Your thoughts would be appreciated. Work within the wage budget, grow the club's reputation. Amazing. That's an exciting vision. If hired, we would expect you to finish in a mid-table position. Do you think you could do better than that? If given the job, I'd hope to take the team slightly beyond the pros expectation of finishing the top half of the league. They're currently third bottom, but there's only 10 teams in the league. Finishing mid this year, I think mid-table, but future? Top half is top 4, which is quite difficult. We'll go, I think it's a fair target. How does a transfer budget around 46,000 sound to you? That sounds fine. I think the Frozen would demand a slightly bigger budget. If given the job, I would need a much larger budget. I don't need a big budget and could probably work with a slightly smaller sum. That is realistic, I think. Yes. Oh my God, that's so small compared to what we've got at the moment. We've got like 50 grand at the moment. So, I'm just going to say I'm happy to work with that. Is there anything you would like to ask for ahead of potentially getting the job? If hired, I'd like the stadium to be no. Youth facilities, no. I'm going to assume they don't have any money, so not that I can think of. That should do it for the moment. Thank you for attending this interview. You'll be notified of our decision in due course. So we've done our first interview, and the press are hot on our tails to say that we are set to take over. 41-year-old English manager, cultured left foot, is believed to have attended an interview for the vacant Cooper job. Few bookmakers consider left foot as anything other than an outsider before news of his interview broke. His opportunity to speak to Cooper face-to-face is not believed to have any significant impact on the situation, with Kanaki believed to have been increasingly impressed with his credentials as the process developed. A spokesperson for Cooper would not be drawn to comment to the matter, indicating their search was ongoing. There you go. Left Foot has cultivated a successful playing style at Nagykanizsa, particularly their controlled possession-based approach, and he is coming for plenty of praise for his tactical acumen. Thank you very much. The most distinctive feature of culture Left Foot's controlled possession system is a focus on exploiting space in behind the opposition's defence. Nagykanizsa have moved up in the footballing world since Left Foot was appointed, and while they're playing in the Mercantile Bank Liga, are now competing in the top tier of domestic football. Left Foot has earned himself a reputation for adopting a high-tempo pressing game and appears to be a great fit for the club's current vision at Vorossi Stadion in Nagykanizsa. Now, will they try and keep me with a new contract? That is the question. We're going to leave it on that cliffhanger with the job interview done. Will we be back as manager of a new club, or we will still be at Nagykanizsa, where we might be challenging for Europe? Who knows? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon with the next one. Cheers.